What's up, everybody? Hanyukin here today, and we're back playing They Are Billions. I've put some time practicing this game, and I've learned a lot. And when I say I've put some time into this game, I've put some time into this game. Alright, so let's go and get started in a new survival game. So, a couple things that I have learned in my continuous grinding is that to actually unlock other things, I don't necessarily have to beat it on the hardest difficulty, but I do need to try to at least, beat it. And once again, for those who haven't seen this before, They Are Billions is a survival build your base kind of game. And it's the art style that really drew me into this. We're in a good spot right off the bat. Yeah, I can do this. Got some rocks, got some trees. Man, look at that, we're set. I also found out that pausing the game definitely makes a difference here. I was not trying to use any of that to my advantage. Yeah, I know it's not the best idea to build that far out, but I'm really kind of tucked in here. So a few of the big things that I've learned. One, pausing time means that not only can I figure out if that's where I want to put the structure, but I can also refund it for the full cost instead of getting a partial cost like I was doing before. Also, the archers are, well, they're amazing at scouting out for you. Okay, so we want to get like a lumber mill going real early. That's definitely going to help me out. So I should be able to just wall this entire area off and be okay. So you'll want to build up walls. These little resources right here really make things significantly easier in the early game. So it's kind of important to kind of run out, look for them, find them, so you can start taking advantage of some of the earlier resources you can get. So I'm going to split one off to kind of watch over everything, just because of how close they really are to me in proximity. Oh, that stone is going to be real helpful there. Because with stone, I can get an early soldier center, but I don't have enough workers, so I guess it's just going to have to wait. You do have to kind of balance out a few of your resources. Food is going to be one of them, along with your wood, your stone, iron, oil, when you eventually get to that point. I didn't get to that point, like, at all. See, this is a nice little alcove here. I can build here. I have very little threats that can possibly come from this direction. So, I mean, that's definitely good for me. I've got options over here, and I'm probably just going to expand straight into that area for safety. So we need people. Workers are another mechanic that you're going to have to really deal with, because you need workers for a lot of the things you do. You need them for your soldiers, you need them for pretty much everything. It gets easier to kind of maintain them, but food will become a constant problem as you persist into this game. Space seems to be my biggest enemy in this game. So right now, I'm going to be a little frantic as I try to frantically build things, get things put up, and just kind of set myself up for, success instead of failure. So I'm pretty much just I think I'm just going to wall this area off and just kind of enjoy it. Because there's a few up there, a few there. So, I mean, I guess I could build a wall here, and then a wall here. And then, I don't know what's up there. I'm going to have to figure that out in a bit. The big thing is going to be getting a wall up soon. So I'm going to scout out pretty much as quickly as I can. I want to learn where my barriers are, where the danger is, where the things are that want to make me have a bad time, So kind of split up my resources, because we're going to have to watch anywhere they can come from, because they kind of like to wander into your homes, to your friends and family, and it only takes one to ruin it. Like, that's all it takes. It just takes one wandering over to you to just ruin everything. Christmas is canceled, the New Year's off to a great start, that's all it takes, just one. So you kind of want to build your houses close together, and I mean that sounds terrible on paper, but there's a reason behind it. You get a building later on that pretty much boosts all the resources these little houses generate. That's going to make a big difference. This is a nice safe little area, and I kind of like this little area that I got set up with, so I'm definitely grateful that I got that kind of an area in the first place. I gotta get some soldiers going though, and energy. So things are broken down into colonists, food production, which is going to basically give you how much food you have available. Your workers are going to be what you have available to actually use. Food's going to limit how many people you can have overall, and power's going to limit a lot of your building structures. Power is a slippery slope in this game, because you really need it, but the game really doesn't help you achieve that. It kind of just taunts you with it, saying here's a little bit of power, but you're going to have to figure out what to do from there. Yeah, see, these guys were not this far north before when I came out here last time, so they're moving towards me. It only takes one. That's all I'm going to say. It takes one to ruin your day. And you got to watch any entrance into your city, because I promise you they'll find a way in. I think she's going to be outmatched. Let's watch. The art style is just amazing in this game. It's got a very, very stylized way of handling it where it looks like it's almost like everything is individually painted, and it's really pretty. I forgot they can come from over here. Look, they're already making their way. But at least when I have walls, they can kind of hold them off for a minute or so. Do you in danger from? Oh. It's a lot for just like 4 warriors to defend. So putting little gaps is definitely going to help me out here. The first time I played through this, I put pretty much no gaps at all. And you have to run all the way around the buildings. That actually kind of punished me. And one of them made it through. That's all it takes. That one that made it through, everything would have fallen apart. That's all that took right there, was that one guy making it through, me not catching him in time, and everything just falling apart. So I constantly have to watch my borders. Look at that. Look, isn't that a great wall? Isn't that the greatest wall you've ever seen? Where is it done? Is it done? Yes. Soldiers, please. I need people to help me. And they're beating on my wall, and there's nothing I can do about it right now because I've got decrepits that have somehow walked in. Stop them from taking this wall. These little fisherman cottages are pretty solid. You get a good amount of water, they pump out a lot of food. I'm a huge fan of the hunting colleges, mostly because you get farms later on that just kind of make them obsolete. And then they just kind of compete for the same land. Oh, you're in such a terrible position. Like, you can't build over the rocks, you can't destroy the rocks. That'd be my one thing I've got to kind of say to the developers is, can we please have a way to destroy some of these resources? Or just move them out of the way. Because I actually find myself fighting with the actual built-in resources than I do with the actual Zeds sometimes. I'm gonna tell you now, there is a moment of just joy once you start getting some of these walls up, because you're like, you know, everything's not gonna be terrible. So these little things I found out are for oil. Oh, I didn't realize there was one right there. How did he get by everything? And it was just luck that I noticed it. Start getting some of these houses upgraded, getting more people. No. How do they keep getting past this? They're starting to progress towards me pretty quickly, so I need to frantically build walls. Eventually I'm going to get to a point where I'll get what they call a Horde, and the Horde is just going to roll right into me. It doesn't care about anything. I really need to get ready for it. See, oh yeah, that's what they're doing. They're coming down there. Like, large squads of rangers are really, really good at just taking out pretty good size hordes. Okay, so this is where I want to expand out to, I think, to right here, because this will definitely let me defend a lot better. So I found a couple things with building a suitable base, is I kind of want to do this outbuild thing. It gives me a little more room to work. There's a couple different zombie types, and I guess I've never really looked into them that much, but some of them are very, very obvious. Infected decrepit, pretty weak and slow. You get infected young, weak and slow. Then you get fresh infected, which are pretty strong. Then you get infected survivors, which run. Executives run, and for the most part, our little rangers here can outrun pretty much all of them, except for a harpy. And I can only hope I don't see a harpy, and I just realized there's a gap right there. I'm going to send somebody over there to see if there's a gap. I don't have enough energy again. And the problem is you got to kind of spread them out. You can't just like stack them all up together, which is what I would want to do. This game is kind of like one part StarCraft in a way, with the way you have to do your little energy fields. It kind of reminds me of pylons. I'll send you down here. Tell me if you can get through that area, because if you can, we have a lot bigger of a problem. Let's get some turrets going. Well, not turrets, towers. Yeah, towers. You know the big things that people stand from? Yeah, those things. Oh, they broke in because I didn't finish my wall. I am terrible. Man, you know, I didn't fix that tiny little hole and they got in. Do you see? You see what I'm saying? That's all it takes. A tiny little hole. They'll find their way in. They always do. Now I gotta wait for this thing to be fixed before I can start building in there again. There. That's all it takes to stop the problem. Also, I found out that shutting down things is a good way to go, especially when you're really trying to reserve resources. I have not done any of that in any of my earlier video. Also, they do this thing where they level up and they become veterans, and being a veteran makes them... I don't know what veterans do. I think it just makes them hit a little harder, shoot a little faster. You can't get through there, right? Sure? Okay, awesome. Gotta get this wall built up. Oh, this wall looks like a mess. Whatever. I need to start getting the wood shop built, because I found out that you can actually improve your technology. So as long as I have paths through things, it's not a big deal to just kind of clump them up like that. I kind of want to see what's over here. It's about to come around full circle. Oh, look at all the zombies. Oh, there's a lot over here. Let's get some of these houses upgraded. because I want to build a warehouse next, and warehouses are going to give me the ability to store more resources, because as you guys can see, I also found out that that just saves periodically on its own. It's not, like, foreboding me of the end. It's just something it does naturally. Oh, right, but as I was saying, resources over here cap out at 50 when you first start. You can build something called a market, and a market, oh, not market, a warehouse. A warehouse is going to give you a few more slots, not a whole lot, but it's definitely helpful when you get to that point where you're just stockpiling resources, because some of these things need a lot of resources, and I mean a lot of resources. I get a free tower, which I'm going to take. I'm going to take the free tower. Yeah, let's build that right here. It's in a good place. Yeah, veteran status. So let me take a look here and see what the difference is. They have improved attack values. Okay, so that's what veteran does. Veteran just makes them have better attack values. I'm cool with that. I also found out there's a couple things you can give them, like abilities, and there's a patrol button. Never saw the patrol button. So this is how you get your veteran status on characters. You just send them out into the wild, let them slaughter Zed for a while. Come back heroes. Guaranteed, every time. Alright, well they're doing that. Let's go look at other things. Because, you know, we got a town to run, we got stuff to do. I'm not gonna lie, I am super excited to get something built in that area over there, because there's a ton of just resources clumped at a very specific point. We got a sniper finally. Snipers are great units. They are soldiers, so they do cost more money over time than a regular ranger. But the snipers are amazing for dealing with the bigger threats that you'll see in this game. And hopefully we'll get to see some of them this time. I'm also getting towards the edge of the map, and I want to kind of avoid the edge of the map because the edge of the map is actually kind of dangerous. You're more likely to run into different types of undead. The Harpy just scares the crap out of me because it moves incredibly quickly, and I found out it can jump walls, and they almost always kill one of my rangers, no matter how good they are or how veteran they are, and it's just because they can't outrun them. Alright guys, that's all the time I have for right now. I'm going to take a quick break, and we will pick this back up next time when I continue playing through it. If you guys like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit helps, I promise. If you guys can share this, that would also be fantastic. But I'll be picking this right back up real soon, and we'll keep this party going. As always, I am Horde, and I want you all to stay beautiful. I am out.